Remember, what you see on the written here is not what we say. So the first thing we want to do is understand which part is stressed. There's only one part that's stressed. It's this word, content word front. It's giving us the information. And so we want to put all the attention on the vowel. Now, in this case, the vowel is tricky because it looks like O, but it's pronounced like like butter or run or fun. So you don't want to say front, 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 front. It's front, front, front. Okay, these parts are going to be small, and we're going to use linking and also the really fun silent T. So we'll have a class on silent T here soon. But basically, this T is not important. It's not at the beginning of the stress, so we don't need to emphasize it and give a lot of attention on it. And in fact, in this case, we can eliminate it. That's all that really matters at this point. You don't need to know the rule for it to start practicing it and building it into a long-term habit. So when a native speaker pronounces this phrase in a natural way, they pronounce it like this. In front of. Listen to the energy, listen to the pitch, listen to the musicality. In front of. In front of. All right, I guarantee most of you right now are going like this. In front of. In front of. Nah. Because your body doesn't want to let you create the N sound down here. So just like we did with the L a couple minutes ago, the N is the same thing. There's no nah. It doesn't exist in English. If you do that, you're not speaking American English, maybe some type of English. N is this. So once I've done this, if I just keep my energy of my voice going forward and I softly disengage, slide into the vowel, which in this case is the schwa, it just sounds like this. No. You hear the sound, the information isn't happening here. It's not nah. It's no. This is where the information is. No. Okay, so start your voice first. Start the musicality. Slide through the letters. Listen to this. Repeat them. In front of. In front of. If you're not focusing the listener's attention here, you're not capturing American listeners' ears. Listen. In front of. Repeat it. In front of. All right, so look, you guys can use this so much. Describe where you are, where to go, where something was. And if you say it like this, the other parts don't need to be 100% perfect because you're capturing the listener's attention. Right? You can say, the car was parked. Did you hear how I'm pronouncing this? Most of you are going to say was. Most of you are going to say the car was. The car was. That's the face. Listen to me. The car was, the car was, right? We already did reduction lesson. Parked in front of. Repeat it. Parked in front of. Right? Not parked in front of. Right? Parked in front of. And here, this is small too. We got to make a lot of attention on house. Right? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds in this whole sentence that are important. The car was parked in front of the house. Repeat it. All right, now stop staring at the words. You see what it is. Focus on this. The car was parked in front of the house. See, when my pitch goes up, I'm making more space too. You try it. Grab your phone. Make sure you can see yourself. Compare your mouth movement to mine. Look. The car was parked in front of the house. You hear when that pitch goes up, you hear more melody down here too. Listen. The car was parked in front of the house. Next one. Oh, this is tough. All right, this is not tough. It's easy. Do the same thing. Look at this. In front of, let's say the mirror. Listen to this. In front of the mirror. In front of the mirror. Just tune your ears to the way it sounds. Don't worry about how it looks. In front of the mirror. In front of the mirror. In front of the mirror. Repeat it. In front of the mirror. Yeah, but when I mean repeat it, I don't mean speak it. In front of the mirror. In front of the mirror. I mean sing it. In front of the mirror. Right? So here we just add this. She sat down in. Do you hear I linked that? Same way I linked this. Parked in. Down in. Nin. She sat down in front of the mirror. Imitate this. She sat down in front of the mirror. Okay, here we go now. We're gonna make this tiny. It's gonna be there. It's not gonna be. Oh, can't see. It's not gonna be there. There is there. Their children, drin. In front of their children. In front of their children. Repeat. They never argue in front of their children. I bet you most of you said they never argue. They never argue. You didn't link it. Listen to how I link it. They never argue. You try it. They never argue. They never argue in front of their children. Did you notice I did not separate any of those words? That was just one connected sound with different shape of musicality and space and tongue. Listen, all one stream. They never argue in front of their children. They never argue in front of their children. You don't hear any of these consonants standing out, nothing perfect. They never argue in front of their children. They never argue in front of their children. Look at this. In front of the warm fire. In front of the warm fire. Repeat it. Listen to the sliding. Listen to the consonants being so soft and lazy. The attention is down here. Everything matters is right here. In front of the warm fire. That's what we listen to. We don't listen to those letters. So you could put whatever we want here. In this case, we're going to say the dog slept. Right? But I'm not saying the dog slept. The dog slept. The dog slept. I'm not putting attention on the consonants. Listen. The dog, you hear that? Dog slept. The dog slept in. You hear that? Slept in. The dog slept in front of the warm fire. This is why you have to bring the energy from way down here. Because the only way you're going to make it through that sentence, going all the way up and down, is using all the capacity of your lungs and making it musical. Repeat, listen to this. Just imitate what you hear here. The dog slept in front of the warm fire. All right. And the last one. In front of the class. Repeat it after me. In front of the class. Okay? Listen to how I connect this. He stood in, didn't. He stood in. It's not he stood in. He stood in. He stood in. Right? I bet you that's how you're saying it because you're still reading and not listening. Look, he stood in. Stood in. No, he stood in. He stood in. He stood in front of the class. Just leave it here. He stood in front of the class. Going crazy with this AI stuff lately. Repeat this. What you hear, the musicality, the sliding. Focus on the vowels. Focus on the pitch. He stood in front of the class. So there you guys go. Now, if you train this enough times, right, you'll start hearing it when native speakers pronounce it that way. And when you need to describe location, now you have this, you can just pull it out. And it's going to sound smooth and natural. And even if the other parts aren't 100% perfect, the native speaker is going to be following you because you're giving them the main idea in a way that their ears are familiar. So, questions? You guys got questions about this? Throw them in the chat. Let me know. What are you confused about? What doesn't make sense? Do you hear the linking? Do you hear the musicality? Do you hear the attention to the pitch? And can you hear how my vibration is just going all the way through? My voice is always turned on all the way through to the end. All right, guys, let me know in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments, what is your native language? Where are you watching from? What words do you want me to break down?